5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, ignition, liftoff.
360 Engineering has been recognized by industry organizations, peers, and clients as a progressive leader in mechanical engineering design and consulting. In 2016, the firm received 2 prestigious Company of the Year awards. The first was given by the U.S. Department of Energy, and the second by the Colorado Women's Chamber of Commerce. In both cases, the winner was determined based on qualities such as growth, innovation, excellence, and leadership. Longtime client National Renewable Energy Laboratory nominated 360 Engineering for both awards. 2017 marked a year of professional recognition for Denise. She accepted 3 awards for her achievements in leading 360 Engineering and for her contributions to the community. The awards for Outstanding Women in Business and Top Women in Energy were both through the Denver Business Journal. Denise was also recognized nationally by Enterprising Women magazine as one of their Enterprising Women of the Year. 360 Engineering was most recently named a finalist for the Denver Business Journal's 2018 Small Business Awards. With over 120 nominations, this recognition highlights Denver's top businesses based on their performance, practices, and most importantly, community engagement.
.360 has been a really great team member.
Great group of team members.
Team players and team leaders.
The depth of understanding that the entire team has, very different than other firms.
.360 Engineering is a mechanical engineering firm founded focusing on customer service. My name's Denise Deely, President, owner, founder of 360 Engineering. So I actually was sitting at home one day, not having a job, not having a firm, minding my own business and enjoying some time off, and my phone rings.
When she was just leaving her prior firm, I immediately had a project, and it was no question who was going to do that work.
And it was a phone call from Joyce Batts with Briquette Design, saying to me, I need you to start up your own firm and come down and meet with me. And our first project that we landed was Holland & Hart.
Holland & Hart was a really great opportunity for the firm. 5 floors, lawyers, somewhat fussy about the conditions, and an occupied remodel.
So the project went really well. I had worked with Joyce Batts for many years prior to this project, so she knew and expected a lot out of me.
So the impact of that first client experience was so positive. There have been multiple repeat projects with Holland & Hart across the country in their offices. You know, one strong success story breeds on the next. That's what a partnership's about. That's why I love working with Denise.
Having that first project done, it was really kind of an accomplishment. The ability to go, okay, I'm going to go out and do some more. I'm going to go pursue some additional clients, some additional architects, and bring in some more work and see if I can make a go of this.
One of the things that Denise struggled with initially was, you're not big enough. You're not going to be able to handle our projects. And she turned around and she goes, well, I can't show you until you let me try.
So about 3 years into owning and operating 360 Engineering, an opportunity came along, and at that time it was me and Melissa. We were the marketing team.
So to be qualified to go for a government project, you have to have all your registrations in place with the United States government. And Denise had a lot of that in place. It was just making sure that we were 100% ready to go and have the right information in there.
So small businesses are essential to helping Enroll run on many different levels. When I first met Denise, it was a couple of years ago, and we had nominated her for a Small Business of the Year award with the Department of Energy. She was so gracious, and her values for her small business were so incredible.
When NREL informed us that we were awarded the IDIQ, we were very excited. And we were excited because we're like, great, we finally figured out what they're looking for, and we want to provide that for them.
So after we were awarded a task order agreement contract with NREL, now it doesn't mean we have a job yet. So now we have to go out and we have to do the reconnaissance work of putting together a proposal. And we did that, and we ended up doing multiple projects for NREL over the course of the last 11 years, over 100 projects.
360 has been on their game with us, and we've enjoyed working with them. They've been professional, they've been responsive.
I really credit NREL for giving us that first really great boost that allowed us to grow our company, hire more people, and grow the portfolio, and be able to show more project experience out to future clients. We've done quite a few projects with Anderson Hallis, and really quite a few on the historic preservation side. One of them was the Breckenridge Grand Vacation Community Center. We had been working with Anderson Hallis for a number of years, so it wasn't that much of a stretch to get involved on the project. However, it was a unique project.
The Harris Street Community Center was an historic schoolhouse, so 100 years old schoolhouse that had many iterations in its life. When we came in, we were tasked with creating a community library, nonprofit offices, community spaces, a coffee shop, as well as a first-run movie theater. Now, not many people want a library right next to their movie theater, but we were up for the challenge, and Denise was as well.
I remember sitting down in the architect's office one day, and they said, well, we're putting a theater in the bottom of this building. And I said, no, you're not. Mechanically, we need a lot of outside air for ventilation rates. There's some large ductwork. We don't have a lot of floor-to-ceiling space. What are we going to do? And they said, put the ductwork underground. Okay, I guess we can do that. We'll dig out the pool and we'll put the ductwork underground. And off we were.
So because the library was directly over the movie theater, it was really important to minimize the penetrations between the two spaces, but yet look at the ductwork and try to mitigate any of the acoustics within the ductwork in both spaces.
Our biggest challenge was the mechanical room was right next door to the theater. How the heck am I going to keep the mechanical system quiet? Well, we've got movies going on next door. So we had to work very diligently with an acoustical engineer to come up with a method to try to get that noise level down over in the mechanical room, yet be able to provide the cooling and the heating and the ventilation we needed into the theater area.
So the project completed several years ago. We're still getting kudos from the community. They love the building, and both the theater and the library are just really very popular within the community and with the tourists.
Another great client we have is First Bank. We've had a long relationship with them and Adam Snyder. We've been involved with a number of different types of projects with them. We've been heavily involved in their new construction and remodeling of their branches here in Colorado.
I have worked with Denise and 360 for probably 12 years. Denise and her team, they have been vital team players and team leaders for a number of our projects.
One of our banks that we're really proud of is the 6th and Broadway Bank. It's really a prominent bank right there in downtown Denver. Really unique, two-story bank, south and west facing glass windows that make up the lobby. So very challenging on the heating, cooling side of making it work properly.
We've also been involved with the remodel of their existing portion of their headquarters, a remodel of their training center. Each bank does present a different challenge. These banks were built in different times with different architectural styles, so each building is unique, but at the same time it's the same clients.
First Bank was a partner in a large development in Cherry Creek. Well, when we moved into the space, the control boxes were failing. Frustrated vendors that were working on the system that they had installed, they couldn't understand why these boxes were failing. I really called Denise as an SOS. She was very thorough, and it took that level of attention to figure out what was happening. She resolved our issues with that building, which were downstream. They were with the main core of the building.
We look at First Bank and our relationship we have to date and look forward to many years to come with them and being able to service and provide for them the engineering that they need, the support that they need, and to help them continue to decrease their energy usage and grow their presence in the state of Colorado. So as our firm has continued to grow, we keep looking for additional opportunities to come along. It just so happened that Mr. Mike Cook, one of our project managers here, had done some work for the Denver Public Schools and had also worked with Humphreys Poley on a project for the Denver Public Schools. So we made some phone calls and started to pursue them to see if they'd be interested in working with us on a Denver Public School project. Everything was brand new. We're working with an architect we haven't worked with before. We got some additional information coming in from other sub-consultants. We were going through the DPS standards. It was kind of like drinking from a fire hose there for a little while.
So when I initially got pulled into Park Street Elementary, the timeline was the first thing that, we all kind of had to discuss, because we had about a year to design this school and that the contractor was then going to have about a year to build it.
DPS had a really tight schedule as we're trying to meet the deadline to meet the needs for the community. We had to think about the other engineers and the architect to make sure that everybody was getting their information in a timely manner so they could get theirs back to us so we could all hit our deadline. 360 is in charge of the mechanical and plumbing design, as well as some delegated design for the fire suppression system. I was in charge of the initial load calcs, communicating back our needs to the architect so we can make sure that we're coordinated, and then any other communication with the design team that were key components for all the different disciplines to know to make sure that we could come up with one cohesive product. We're outside the building now, and the progress just even week to week from this point has been kind of fascinating to watch how quick these guys can work and how many guys are in and out of this building. Everybody's really happy and everything's gone in, and yeah, it really, as fast as everything went, it has gone smoothly and everything was very well coordinated.
At the end of the day, when it comes down to the final deadline, we were able to pull some people in and just collaborate really well as a team and ultimately provide a good end product for DPS.
I can't believe we're 15 years old this year. It's absolutely flowing by. And I look back at all the different projects that we've been involved in, and it's just been a fantastic 15 years.
We have such a diverse background, and we have experience in so many different market segments. We're really capable of so much.
6 years ago, when I first came to the company, there was just a few of us here. And I've been around to see the company grow. We've more than about tripled in size since I've been here.
It's grown so much since I've joined, even over the past 4 years. What Denise has done here, built up this team, I think is really special.
As we keep growing bigger and bigger, we really are just holding true to that team effort.
In terms of the future, we are just going to look forward to growing and continuing to see where things are going to go.
Is there a pinnacle for us in the future? What is the top? I don't know yet. We haven't found it. And I think that's the beauty of what we have here is we have unlimited capabilities and unlimited places we want to go, and just excited to keep going.